Sixers fourth quarter live. That's Harry Mays. I'm Eitan Shander, and we thank everyone at FanCred for allowing us to be back one more week and have another great conversation with you about the Philadelphia 76ers, who are playoff bound, Harry, and as we speak right now, are doing their best to manhandle the Brooklyn Nets, who would be their first round matchup as it stands. Now, this thing is a little fluid, but the Sixers are pretty much pounding the Nets. They have been. It got off to a huge first quarter. And despite slowing down a little bit in the second, this thing has not really changed much. The pacing and has been all Sixers. And I think that's a good sign because tonight it's sad. But I came into it, Harry, thinking just win. Because I don't know what 3 straight losses to teams that are inferior to the Sixers would have done.
Yeah, now, you know, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets are inferior to the Sixers, but they're not the Atlanta Hawks. They're a playoff team.
They are.
And same with Orlando is right now on the cusp of the playoffs. I know Miami's trying to run them down. They got a good battle going on for the 8th seed. But, you know, 3 straight losses, I think, would have been really all but devastating for the fan base. Right. Not necessarily the basketball team, but the fan base would have gone crazy. Well, and they would have had Brett Brown, maybe tonight Jimmy Butler in the crosshairs because he's been basically non-existent tonight, even though they have what is now an 11-point lead with just under a minute to go in the third quarter. You know, they would have been looking for some head. You lose 3 straight, you know, with 7 games now.
Head, right?
That's right. If you lose 3 straight with 7 games to go in the regular season, it's not the kind of momentum it's the exact opposite of the momentum that you want heading into the playoffs. And I think the fan base would have gone nuts, but they're going to get the win tonight. Right. But isn't it crazy, though? They come out, they were guns blazing tonight. Embiid was on a mission. You know, he has the headband on. He admittedly played like ass, as he likes to say, in the previous 2 games, and I totally agree with him. He's got a great assessment of his own game. I do appreciate that about the young man, because when he plays poorly, he knows it and he tells us. And you just figured he was going to come out really with an axe to grind tonight, and he did. He hit 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he really had his shot flowing and everything. He scores like 13, 14, 15 points in the first quarter, and then he sits practically the whole second quarter, and the Nets come right back in the game.
It's amazing, right?
It really is.
When you see that, and just a quick reminder before we address that, and by the way, nice apt pullover that you're wearing there. Get in on the chat, right? Because there's a busy day.
162-0 is still alive today.
It is.
The film.
So is 16-0 with the arrival of Jordan Howard. But that aside, we'll get to all of your chats coming up, and all you have to do is go live, the Fan Live button right there at the top right of your screen, where you can jump in on the video chat, be a part of it. This is the best part about FanCred, is that not only can you chat with us, but you can video chat and be part of the broadcast. So everybody can see you, like they can see Harry and myself, and come out. Anything you see from tonight, anything that you would normally chat, there's the chance to just, hang out with us. And I think that makes it a little bit more personal and intimate of a conversation. Jeff, Harry asks, is there any worry about cruising all the way in and then sleepwalking into an 0-2 hole in the first round? Depends on who you take on. I can't see this team going down 0-2 to Brooklyn. Now they're locked into the 3 seed. So I can't see them losing to anybody in the 7 spot. Being down, right?
Like Detroit or somebody like that. Detroit's like a half game behind the Nets right now, so it might be Detroit. It's like you said, it's fluid right now. But no, I'm not worried about the first round as long as they have that 3 seed. And right now they're what are they? They're 2.5 games clear of the Indiana Pacers right now.
Yeah,
so I'm feeling
pretty that 3 seed.
Right, I'm feeling pretty good with 7 games to go after tonight about a locked-in 3 seed, and therefore you're going to avoid Boston. I mean, Boston is 6 games up on the 5th seed or the 6th seeded team, so Boston's firmly pretty entrenched in that 4-5 game. So we're not going to play Boston in round 1.
No, and Indiana's out. Indiana's going to lose to Boston in the first round, no matter where that series is hosted.
Right,
they're out.
And Oladipo, they won't beat Boston.
But for Philadelphia, you can't. I'll say this to Jeff's question: it's not about sleepwalking down 0-2, but you can't sleepwalk and expect to sweep a Nets or Pistons team. And like last year against Miami, it's going to be a hard-fought series. Like, Philadelphia is not good enough, not to say they don't have the talent, but this year they haven't pulled away from anybody. They're not good enough to come in and convincingly blow teams out 4 games in a row in a season or in a series. So,
well, I mean, we see it in single game situations where they've got a team on the ropes, or, up double digits. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, they allow them right back in the game, and they're in sort of a fight in the middle part of a fourth quarter where you're like, they should have been – this team should be dead and buried by now. They don't seem to have that yet.
No, they can't put anybody away. And to be fair, they are tough. They're a tough out. But that's where I would be most concerned is them struggling in a first-round series against the Pistons or Nets when they should really be using it as an opportunity to kind of move past. Right. Yeah. All right. Our buddy Tim, as soon as possible. Check this out, Harry. Our buddy Tim from North Carolina at the Sixers game right now, after watching the Phillies beat down, got in from North Carolina around 8 a.m., have done nothing but win money on Philly sports today. Now that is awesome. That's how you do it. Yeah, you come in from North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I know where he lives. He lives right near where I used to live, in Wilmington area. So, I mean, he's got about maybe a 9-10 hour drive, 10 hours maybe to get up here. And he's all day.
Yeah.
He's at the complex, engaging in tailgates, probably gambling on his phone. I mean, he's had the full day. The only thing he didn't do was check in live on the FanCred app like he normally does.
No, well, that's the thing. He's at the game. Although, Tim, if you're still with us at the game, that would be pretty cool. I don't think we've ever had anybody jump in on the Fan Live button where you can interact live and put your face up on the screen with us. I don't think we've ever had anybody do it live from a game. So that
we haven't.
Cool. We'll put Tim right on the top of the Hall of Fame for interactors, not callers. Yeah. We've got interactors here. That's the difference.
That would be good. We could almost use him as a live in-game reporter a time.
Yes, I like what you're thinking. Megan asks, who do the Sixers want in round 1? I'm weirdly scared of all the bottom dwellers in the playoff chase.
No,
forget Boston. I don't think there's anybody in the bottom 3 that stands a chance to upset the Sixers.
No, don't be scared about the loss to Orlando or something like that. They're not going to lose to Detroit. They won't lose a series to the Nets. So I'm not worried about that. Don't worry about that.
No, not at all. I think tonight, again, you don't want to put too much positive or negative on a game tonight or any night in the regular season. But tonight was a much needed, I think, victory in the sense of what you came out of. Twofold, a 6-game winning streak against 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and then losing to 2 of the worst teams. Right. You needed some sense of stability. And this game, if anything, just shows you that, okay, you don't overreact. Like, that's all. Right. All right, Tim's on the fan line at the game. This should be fun.
Get out.
Yes, let's get Tim up here on the fan line live at the Sixers game. First time ever that we've had anybody. Look at that. Yo!
Yeah. Yo, what's up?
My boy.
Yo, that's amazing, bro. Yes. Yes. Bro, I love it. This is amazing.
I can't hear anything. Hey,
that's all right.
We're live.
Dude. What's up, man?
Live.
This is an amazing experience right here.
You know about FanCred? FanCred.
Yeah. Bro, we got to put you on the payroll.
We got the family here. We went to Phillies opening day, saw a blowout. We're here at the Sixers game, about 25 rows back. Hey, and let's just hope they finish this win tonight. Look,
they're gone.
They can't keep the lead for nothing.
Look, no, they're still in.
They go up by 20, and then it's always they win by 4.
Look, he's got the Phillies. He's got the Phillies thing on.
Like that?
Yes.
Hey, that's eBay. $15. I got off eBay.
Wow.
Nice.
Bro, you are a legend, man. Unbelievable, man.
You talk about it like the poster child for a Philadelphia sports fan. It's this guy from North Carolina.
Hey, I also talked to Jason Martinez today, live.
No way.
Yeah, so
He
we
was-
had a conversation.
He was at Xfinity Live today.
With him and Gargano. But
Yeah,
this is the real party on FanCred.
there you go.
Absolutely, brother.
I'd rather be here than Xfinity with 975.
Yes, that's it.
Hey,
We'll put you on the
1st,
payroll.
973.
That's
Yeah.
I'm there.
right.
Spread the word.
That's right. Love it. Thank you, Tim. That man, dude. That is.
I think we should just shut it down right now.
go out on a high note right there.
Seriously.
Wow. Hey, listen, I don't think anybody, we have to ask, like we have to go through the history of FanCred so far and figure out if anybody ever has done that, where there has been a live interaction from a game. Now, again, there have been opportunities because every time we do this, and I know that it's done throughout the country on different markets on the app, that it's during a game, but I can't imagine that anybody's ever done that before. If they have, never from the game that I can see. We're getting it right back from the mothership, from the headquarters.
Yeah, what are they saying? No?
No, never happened before.
Well, so that's a first.
One fan, Patriots, Jets.
Oh, okay.
But
There you
still,
go. Damn, Boston beat us again.
maybe it was a
You
Jets fan.
realize that? That's a Patriot fan.
Oh,
You know it wasn't a Jet fan. It wasn't that Fireman Ed or whatever the hell his name is.
No, he retired, I thought, right?
He did?
Yeah. I thought Fireman Ed called it quits, and then all of a sudden the Jets won some games and he tried to get back in and they got his ass out of there.
Is that right?
I thought that's what happened. Maybe they allowed him back in, but shame on them for allowing him back in after he turned his back on him. First ever for the NBA. That's the first time we've ever had anybody in the NBA. We probably violated a couple of copyright laws, too, with him showing some game action. But you know what? We're here.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're here for it.
That's what lawyers are for, and I know FanCred is. They've got a legal department as long as your arm. You know what I mean? So they're equipped to handle this kind of stuff. They wouldn't have brought guys like you and me on together if they didn't have a great legal team.
Correct. Absolutely. Right. You know that ahead of time.
We're a violation waiting to happen.
Absolutely. It's a walking violation, cuz. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, Sixers up 10 with 7:50 to go.
Feeling? Up 10 with 7. This game is flown by, mind you.
That was a beautiful play. A little give and go action from Ben to Joel. What do you think about Joel's headband? Because he's playing a great game again tonight. He gets these questions in the locker room about everything that he does. Hey, you rocked the headband tonight. You hit some threes. Do you think this is going to be something you're going to have to continue with? Right. What do you think he says to that?
I think that he continues to rock it, hopefully, or he brings it back maybe more in a rotation.
I think they all should wear them.
I don't want to force a headband on somebody who's not comfortable wearing it.
I'd like to see JJ Redick in the headband. Wouldn't you?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was a little against. Like, I don't mind watching Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. I won't call him by his nickname. He deserves better.
No, we're not doing the nickname.
Right. But I don't think I want to force that on JJ Redick. I think that would look really awkward on JJ Redick. Don't you think so? I mean, that's pretty awkward.
That's kind of the point.
I
bet TJ would do it. If I was a teammate, it would look awkward on me, but if they asked me to do it, I would do it.
Hey, listen, I don't want to force him on something that's going to ruin his shot. All I need to do is have him knock down threes. So if he's missing threes because the headband is it's the closest thing to his eyes, and you want to mess with him?
Okay.
Just get another shooter out there who looks good in a headband. Can we replace JJ Redick with somebody else who looks good in a headband? You just want all 5 guys in a headband?
Landry Shamet is in LA.
He's out. Okay, you're not getting him back.
Yeah, he's going to the playoffs, by the way.
Well,
with the Clippers.
He's been pretty good. I mean, I don't want to say outstanding, but he's been really good in the role that they've given him. The Clippers are an amazing story.
Yeah, they are.
They really are one of the better stories, if not best, outside of Milwaukee probably. But this Sixers team right now, and you can look a little bit at this game closing out, but this is part of it. where you have an opportunity. Again, this is where that 7 to 4 minute, and I like the timeout. I don't know about you, but I like the timeout.
Yeah. Now look at these games coming up here, Eitan, the final 7. At Dallas, who is they're in a free fall, the Dallas Mavericks. At Atlanta, who you lost to at home just a couple of days ago. You got revenge there. Milwaukee comes to town.
Right.
For like the one last real game they have left. Then they have at Chicago, at Miami, who's fighting for a playoff spot. And then they finish with the Bulls. 2 of their last 3 games are against the Bulls, who put out a lineup the other night where I don't know if I identified 2 players in their lineup.
They shut Markkanen down already.
I know.
So forget, like, it's over.
Yeah.
So you cannot lose at all. Cannot lose to the Bulls.
No, you can't. What was the over-under? Was it 54.5 to start the season? Because they're going to get number 48 tonight.
Right.
So with 7 games to go, boy, that was a really good over-under. And I said under, whatever, because I thought 52 last year was a little inflated because of the 16-game win streak at the end against a bunch of bad teams. I thought they might have been more like a 49-50 win team. Right. So I took under. That just goes to show you how good Las Vegas is with putting these over-under numbers out.
Yes, I also wonder. Think about this though, Harry. They're pretty into that 3 seed unless for some reason Indiana wins a couple games or Boston even. Like I can't imagine being
tonight, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I can't imagine being Indiana lost to OKC last night.
OKC, yeah.
I can't imagine Boston making up 3.5 games in 7 and the Sixers just sliding back. However, right now, not looking forward in 3 or 4 games, right now, especially after tonight, when you're 48-27 counting this win tonight, you are kind of in that complacent area where you're just kind of, as you said earlier about a team getting to the line, like
you don't want any injuries.
What's that?
You don't want any injuries.
No, you might start sitting a guy or 2, and that could factor into your win-loss, especially from a gambling standpoint.
Absolutely.
Bauer, of the core 4, Simmons, Embiid, Butler, Harris, who are you most concerned about in the playoffs? I'm thinking pooping the bed injuries here.
Oh. Out of the big 4, pooping the bed. I'm not worried about an injury in the playoffs. Like, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, man, I hope so-and-so doesn't get hurt in the playoffs. I was that way a few years ago with Embiid. Like, with every step that he used to take, I'd be like, oh, my God, he's going to get hurt. And he'd fly to the ground and, go into the stands. And I'm like, oh, my God, he broke his leg. I was like that for a little while. I'm totally over that now. But I'm not thinking about injuries once they get to the playoffs. What I was just saying there is that in these final 7 games, these guys don't want to, overextend themselves and put themselves in harm's way, because we've seen, Nurkic the other night breaks his leg for the Portland Trailblazers, who are the 3 seed right now in the West, and he's a big player for them, and he's done.
Yeah,
so are they. Well, yeah, so are they. They might win 1 round and they're done. But so, obviously that's a nightmare scenario. I'm not thinking about that. But as far as the pooping the bed side of this is interesting, because we've seen, and I like him a lot. I love Jimmy Butler a lot. But
you're going to say disappear for 3 quarters?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've seen him just be a no-show. And then all of a sudden, 4 possessions in a row, he makes a big, play defensively, comes back, sticks a 3, gets to the free throw line, whatever. All of a sudden, boom, 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 he puts up 7 points in a matter of 45 seconds, and they win the game. He's got that in him. He's always had that in him. But he sort of blends in and he defers to the other guys on this team a little too much for my liking, especially in the fourth quarter of tight games. I think the ball should be in his hands. He should be the dominant ball handler in the fourth quarter instead of Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know how you I don't know. I don't know how you get around that because Ben Simmons provides some pretty good matchup problems unless he's being.
But he doesn't shoot.
Well, I know, but he can still get to the line and he can still get to
he
the rim.
He doesn't want to go to the line.
Well, that's not true necessarily. He is going like he's not just sitting out there at the top of the free throw line.
He doesn't want to shoot free throws. He does not.
He shoot. But at the same time, you can still get matchup problems with him having the basketball. Yeah. Jimmy Butler shouldn't need the ball in his hands to drop 25.
Okay, no, I agree with the matchup problems. Yeah, but what I'm basically saying, I'm not saying he needs to be. I just would like to see him have forced a bigger role late in games.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Haven't we been seeing that recently, though, where like a couple of games he's been MIA for 2 or 3 quarters and then he just shows up in the fourth?
Well, okay, let me rephrase. Allow me to rephrase. I would like him to not be a no-show for the first 3 quarters, but still have the predominant role in the fourth quarter. Okay.
Okay, now I understand what you're saying.
The poop in the bed. I'm going to say Jimmy Butler. What's your guy?
I'm going to go Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Because I've seen it. Because I saw it, Peter.
All right.
Because I've seen Ben Simmons get shut down in the playoffs. I haven't really – like Joel Embiid, I think, was more a victim of his own fatigue and more a victim of coming back from that injury, the facial injury. Like that was a separation. I don't think Tobias Harris has any issues because he's such a perfect fit in this offense. Jimmy Butler, I'm with you, but I've seen Ben Simmons get shut down by Boston in an ugly way. So that would be my biggest concern.
Okay.
Now, speaking of concern, do you know this? Mark Few has only lost 1 game when being up 11-plus points at the half since he's taken over Gonzaga. It's a ridiculous stat.
Wow.
Ridiculous stat. Well,
where'd you get that? That's like our stat of the night.
It might be. I saw it on the broadcast in the first half. Was going back and forth with the Sixers, and they may lose this basketball game, Harry. Just a quick update for anybody out there who has Florida State advancing like I do.
Are we going to Minko with an update right now?
Let's go to the McMahon. Here's the McMahon. Here's Mr. Met.
Here's the Bagel Baron. Remember Ackerman? They call him the Bagel Baron, right?
That's Rich Ackerman's a good Facebook poster. There aren't many, but
oh yeah,
Rich is a good poster. Yeah, there aren't many out there on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook.
Well, you should be because then you can interact with Rich Ackerman.
I got off of Facebook years ago. Everybody that listens to my shows in the past knows, and you should too. You should not be on Facebook.
Well, I just get on Facebook so I can post links to our podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm real. That's the go. People can go through my timeline. The only thing I'll ever post is, "Hey, check out the new podcast. Check out the new podcast."
Okay, that's sort of like me on Instagram.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Purdue still up 2 big.
No, they're up 7 now. Tennessee's closed this from 12 to 7. Actually,
9. Actually, with 9 minutes.
No, it's 7 with 8.5 minutes to go.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Another steal. Here we go. Oh, baby. Get to the line. Yes, they got fouled. Woo!
How about you talking about Shake Milton?
No, I'm talking about the Tennessee Volunteers.
Oh,
good old Rocky Top.
I mean, we had some Shake Milton action, and you're talking about the Rocky Top? You're singing
I actually, if you want, if I could turn this around, you will see in the layer that I have Tennessee on the big screen and the Sixers on the small screen tonight.
Okay, you know what that tells me?
The more important game for me.
Right, exactly right. Now,
yes.
I have to ask, though, is the payout bigger for the Tennessee game than what we're making tonight without disclosing that, of course?
Yes.
Because the Sixers game is paying you no matter what happens at the end of that game versus Tennessee, where you may walk away a loser.
I understand, but I'm paying particular attention to both games. I'm a multitasker. Sixers up 10, 4:13 to go. They got this game in hand.
We're all watching, following along. Like, we get that you're watching the game, Harry. I'm just saying, as far as why it made the big screen, there must be a pretty big payout on that game.
And actually, like, before we actually came on live, I had the volume on the big TV,
right?
Because I wanted to hear the play-by-play. So,
all right, now I have a question for you, because I think I got set up by you today.
How?
Because I went up because we were at Parks Casino doing our podcast, which is up now, iTunes and everywhere else. Stitcher for Android, right? So what I was doing is I was cashing in winner, and then a Montreal Canadiens winner that somebody left on the table, and then there were like 3 or 4 of these tickets that were just vouchers that just said pay out $15, $20. And I went up there, and they were all already purchased. And the woman gave me a look like you would give somebody sneaking into a frat party, sipping on half-empty beers. Like, get the hell out of here, you degenerate scumbag. And I thought to myself,
so what?
You set me up.
No,
I'm trying to cash tickets in a sports book. What do you mean, what?
No, I mean, just because this is what happens, okay? Everybody's got all these tickets, and they don't remember if they cashed, if this one, they took it up to the window. You just act dumb. You just go, I don't know if any of these hit or not, but can you check them? That's what they're there for. They run them through the machine. If they're already dead or losers, forget about it. You don't even look at them. And if they are, they're going to give you the money. And if they've already been cashed, but you just kept the receipt and you gave it to them twice, my bad. What are you worried about?
I don't know. She gave me a look like I was a degenerate, that I had been there. And
look, you're in a casino sports book. They're all degenerates.
Not everybody. All right. I didn't even look like a degenerate. If I'm going to get accused of being a degenerate, then let me go out and look like one at least.
Well, okay. I guess I do. I look like one.
I had a collared shirt and everything.
Yeah.
This wasn't, me just going around in a sweatsuit.
Well, no, I don't wear sweatsuits. I have a fleece over top of a golf shirt.
I'm not saying you do. We know a couple of people that. All right, now again, three minutes earlier in game time, I said this is around that point in which the Sixers struggle to extend a lead and really close the door. And now, granted, turnover to turnover, Sixers had to call a timeout. They're going to win this basketball game, Harry. But 10 with 3:30 to go. You start to ask yourself, why can't you close this Nets team out?
Well, here we go. They got the ball, and Embiid makes it, so they're up 12.
Right.
They only have 9 turnovers tonight. You talk about turnovers. That's really good for a Sixers game. 9 turnovers.
It really is,
It really is.
Defensively, too. I mean, they're hovering around right now. The Nets will probably get a couple more buckets, but
what you can't have is turnovers and Joe Harris sticking threes in your face. 1, 2, 3 in a row, and all of a sudden you got a basketball game. That guy is like 47% from 3-point range. He leads the NBA. You remember that guy?
Dude, Joe Harris, outside of Steph, is the best 3-point shooter in the NBA.
Unbelievable.
And LeVert's not a terrible shooter either. They can get it, and if they actually have a pretty good backcourt, if you look at that, with LeVert, Russell, and Harris on the wing.
And Dinwiddie, too, is a wing.
Dinwiddie's hurt, right.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, I mean, he was really having a season of definitely having a year. But, now you're back to 9. You just hope the technical free throw. D'Angelo Russell can't do anything.
Dinwiddie's playing tonight, man. He's got 13.
Oh, yeah. He's back.
Played 25 minutes. Yeah.
I forgot. How long has he been back?
Tennessee has cut this game to 3 points, dude, with 7:19 to go.
Good, because I need them. I have them advancing. In fact, I filled out 2 brackets in a pool, and I have Tennessee winning in one of them.
Really? You winning the championship?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wow.
How about that?
That's breaking news.
How about that?
Embiid just puts in 2 more. I mean, This guy, I was talking with a couple of guys, a couple of big NBA guys last night. One of them was a Celtics fan.
Oh yeah,
and he's in awe of Embiid, and he was telling me that he can't stand. He loves Kyrie as far as his talent, but can't stand him on the team. He thinks that he's just a bad mix for that team. It's amazing how the Celtics fans. We talk about us eating our own. Like the Celtics fans are the same way. They're discussing is Kyrie Irving, a poison in the locker room? Is he a bad leader? And all this kind of other stuff that we would be doing in Philadelphia. Absolutely. I love that stuff. I love that.
Well, that's what we are.
Yes. But he was talking about Embiid as being like, he's like, dude, this guy is going to be, the top 2 player in the league.
Gonna be?
Pretty soon. Going to be.
How far off do you think that really is?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you didn't say that, but I'm just saying I think he's probably top 5.
I'm asking you a serious question.
Well, I mean, you look at the East, like Greek Freak, it's tie game. Tennessee just tied it. What a comeback. You look at Greek Freak and Embiid. If Greek Freak stays in the Eastern Conference for the rest of his career, that battle is going to be like one of these Russell Chamberlain type of things, of modern times for the next 10 years. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Oh my God.
And then if you bring Anthony Davis into Boston, which I hope does not happen, I hope he goes to LA with LeBron. Because
so what I hear a lot is the trio of now this is the early stuff, right? Before they go out and sign the 5th or 6th ranked 2nd tier free agent because they can't get anybody else. But It looks like they're going to go hard after Jimmy too.
Really?
Yes.
Schofield, boom, from downtown, the Admiral, 70-67, Tennessee.
I need this, man.
You have a timeout, Purdue.
Listen, the Sixers are up 13 right at this point. If they cut it, if the Nets cut it to single digits, that's depressing in its own right. As far as this is concerned, I'm about to get screwed on one game and stay alive. Yeah, I mean, Florida State going to the Final Four, man.
Well, what's the 69-58 with less than a minute? Yeah, you're dead there.
I'm cooked.
Yeah, but I mean, can they cover? That line was around 7.5, 8.5, something like that.
I think it was 8.
The line is in jeopardy.
The line is in. I can't imagine that they would cover it right now. They're in free throw mode.
I mean, if Brent Musburger was doing this game,
he'd be having conniptions.
It says 7 on my phone.
There's no way they got it to 7.
It's 11.
3 right here.
Now it's 12.
Now it's 12.
Yeah.
And I just fumbled the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a loser. You're going to trash that ticket.
I didn't take that ticket. I just have my bracket. I mean,
if you had a ticket, you'd be trashing it.
Yeah, I'd be ripping it up like Musburger,
or leaving it on a table somewhere for some other poor schlub to take up to the window and seeing if they could cash it.
Yeah, like me.
And the woman will look at him like, "What?
Like, who are you?
Degenerate scumbag."
Megan, watch balls will collapse. It's a Rick Barnes team. Getting close. 4:40 left. It's tight.
Tennessee's up 2 with the ball. 4:22 to go.
A lot of time for Purdue to do something here.
They were down like 14, like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, but Purdue's not out of it. It's like going back and forth a little bit. Let them get up 6 or 8 before I put Purdue in the ground, okay?
I don't think they're going to get up 6 or 8. This game is a wire game. And that's why I took it on the money line and didn't want to lay the 2 points.
Yeah, that was ridiculously close. Texas, Michigan's also close, right? 2.5?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Texas Tech in that game, actually.
Well, that's a money line game, though, and a half. If you're taking Texas
Tech. No, because you're getting the 2.
Oh, I thought they were up. Texas
Tech is a 2-point dog. Tennessee was the 2-point favorite.
2-point favorite.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. I'm good for this, Harry. Next Thursday, April 4th, Sixers Bucks. That'll be a 9:45 start. All right.
That's really the only meaningful game. I mean, as far as interest remaining in the regular season schedule. So that's great.
Lock us in. We'll be there. 9:45, April 4th. That's a week from tonight. All right? Sixers Bucks. Now, Jeff asked this question: rather have Greek Freak or Embiid for the remainder of the career? I would take Greek Freak, but I don't think that's a slight at Embiid. I just think Giannis is going to be out there more games, and Giannis is going to impact. I just on both ends. It's crazy because I don't want to make an individual argument, but that team is not number 1 seed good. And Joel Embiid plays a lot of games as well, and the Sixers could have been a 1 seed as well with all the talent they have. And yet Milwaukee, led by Giannis, is the number 1 seed in the East, and there's something to that. There's something to that.
Okay, maybe there is, but I would take Embiid.
Well, then why aren't the Sixers better than they are? Why aren't they better than Toronto? That's what I'm saying. They have all this individual talent. Why aren't they the best
lineup that was in flux too throughout the season? And keep in mind,
it's always a flux. You're in flux.
Milwaukee got Budenholzer, or whatever his name is, the coach, who was one of those Popovich assistants, who is actually the better Popovich assistant in my view.
About that.
Brett Brown.
Last time I checked, Brett Brown sat next to Greg Popovich too.
Yeah, I know, but he's the Budenholzer's the better guy, or whatever. Is it Budenholzer, Bud Weiser? I don't know.
Weezer's a band, man. Where are you getting that from?
He's a good coach, a really good coach.
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure about Brett Brown, although I do love his beard. I wish that I had the all-white beard.
Why don't you dye it for our new show?
What, white? I don't think you can dye a beard white.
Of course, you dye a beard any color is out there. Of course you can.
No, I think you get that Billy Idol, that yellowy white stuff. that doesn't look good. I want the white, the Santa Claus white.
That's what I'm saying. There's dye. You go to your hairdresser.
Oh yeah.
You up. Yeah, like you need any excuse to not go out there. I mean, go there and say you don't need a haircut. You're just inquiring about the beard and what it would take. And maybe she'll cut your beard or something. Maybe you'll get that.
Yeah, I don't want her cutting the beard. I really don't.
Not cutting the beard, dyeing the beard, man.
All right.
You come out all white like Rick Pitino's Kentucky Fried suit?
Oh, dude, the Colonel Sanders.
Now you're telling me you wouldn't rock the all white beard?
Dude, I'll tell you what. I got white pants.
Ooh.
I got white.
Poulter white?
No, like Ian Poulter white, like golf pants.
Okay. So polyester?
No, they're not polyester. What do you think this is? The 1977 PGA Championship?
You're wearing polyester, man?
Jesus. Yeah, Sansa belts.
Sansa belts. In action. You got those in action shirts. Oh, yes. God. What is going on?
The Sixers win by 13. They covered a number. They get a much-needed victory.
Absolutely. This was huge.
This was huge. It really
this late season that means something.
It sounds stupid in a way, but it really was huge because 3 straight losses would have been just panic. Butler's got the headband tonight too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. All right, Tennessee's up 2 with 3 minutes to go. Purdue with the ball. This has been a heck of a basketball game.
Yeah, I don't know how this thing ends, but it's going to be a slugfest down to it.
Yeah, I really
73 I have.
Oh, my God. This kid from Purdue, Klein, threw it up from about 7 feet beyond the arc and just drained it. Tyler Eifert, his brother plays for Purdue.
Yep.
And their old man played for Gene Cady back in the 80s. They showed a picture of him. Oh. So talk about an athletic family.
Nobody had brought some tarot cards. Sorry. Nobody had a better comb over than Gene Cady, right?
Yeah, him and Lou Henson from Illinois. Remember the old Lou Henson? Not Lute Olson.
No.
Lou Henson.
And not Jim Henson.
No, he was the Muppet guy.
Correct. Not Jim Henson, huh?
Jesus. This is a battle. This 78-76 Tennessee. Looks like Purdue's going to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the wire too.
Yep.
I don't know how Tennessee pulls away at this point.
No, nobody's pulling away. He who has the ball last probably wins this game.
This is amazing that it's come down like this, but these are the reasons why you get chalk, and that's why I like chalk, is because these games, the wire to wire in the Sweet 16 or Elite Eight, much more likely to happen when you have chalk. Like Oregon, Virginia. Now Oregon's a little different. They're not a 12 seed. They're not a typical 12 seed. They've played a lot better over the last 8 or 9 games, but I can't see them go wire for wire unless Virginia goes out there and puts up 30 in the first half.
Okay,
Maybe.
but wasn't it kind of cool last year to have Loyola Chicago in the Final Four? And a couple of years ago, you had VCU. You've had some Butler teams. I kind of like that.
I do, but I don't think that it's consistent enough. That's all.
Well, yeah, it can't be consistent enough. But when it happens, I don't think it's a letdown. Like, oh, I can't believe, I'd rather see North Carolina in this game than Loyola Chicago. It's like, I don't know, if they earn their way to the Final Four, credit to them,
Yeah, I don't want to take away from anybody's run. I'm just saying, as far as when you look at it from a matchup standpoint, or just a team that is on energy, momentum, whatever it may be, it's tough to kind of ride that out, is all I'm saying, when you're a Cinderella. And yeah, you do get the Loyola Marylands, and you do Chicago, you do get the VCUs as well, but it's way more few and far between. So I'm not saying I want to outlaw, get rid of it. I just think that you get these type of games way more when it's a 3-2. That's all.
And in the first round, the favorites were 12 and 20 against the number in the 32 games. Second round, 11 and 5 thus far, ATS. 16-0 straight up. And that was the second round. Now we're in technically the third round. So the favorites have been coming, to the top.
Yes. That's right.
Are you typing a message to someone else? You seem like
I was trying to get the chat in there, but it's not working.
Oh, what? See, I don't see the chat. Why can't I see the chat?
See, that's just the saying. Megan's coming back in, so Tennessee about to fold. Check the butt cheeks and Rocky Top from Megan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. Tennessee got the rebound, up 1 with 1:20 to go. Why can't I see? Oh, there's the here we go. Yeah, here I can see the chat now. I feel like I'm kind of kept in the dark. Oh, a big throwdown. Tennessee up 3 with 1 minute to go. Dude, I'll tell you what, I need to do play-by-play. I'd be like Kevin Harlan and Tom McGinnis rolled into one.
Oh!
I wouldn't even need a color analyst, although I would pick you, Shander.
Well, I don't know, man. I feel like you really need to pay attention to a lot of things to be a color analyst.
Yeah, that's not good.
My head be all over the place.
Good thing for you. No. Oh, 3 for Purdue. It's a tie game.
Unbelievable. 38 left.
Oh, my God, what a game. This is unbelievable. You are getting extra coverage here, folks, on FanFed. This is like second half live of NCAA tournament action. This guy, what's his name? Klein, number 14. He's buried 2 huge threes in the final minute and a half here. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Are you typing more stuff?
I'm trying to get my keyboard to work, and for some reason it's not.
I'm looking at a message here right now. Jeff says, man, Harry looks good right now.
See,
he's got the classic touch of gray from the 90s right now. All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Yeah, I just saw it.
All right, so there's something wrong. I'll leave my thing off it.
Oh, there's something wrong.
Well, I was trying to type back, but like I said, and I don't even see the Jeff thing. I think you made that up.
No, I swear to God, I'm looking at it. You want me to take a picture of it?
I do. I want you to take a screenshot of the chat, and then I want you to put the screenshot up on the camera.
I will. I'm going to try to get close in here. All right, we're going to take this picture. All right.
The chat is different for you than it is for me.
Oh, it is?
At times. They like to keep you in the dark.
All right. Well, that's fine.
Focus.
Yeah, I can't focus. All right, here we go. I'm going to enlarge this. And I'm going to put this.
See?
Can you see this? I'm not sure if you can make this out. I don't think you can.
A little bit.
It's like
it's a little tough. You got waves going in there. Yeah, I got it.
Jeff, it says
Touch of Grey, some other.
I'm lying. Cue the Grateful Dead Touch of Grey right now, will you?
Why can't you get a Touch of Grey sponsorship?
Well, what is that? Just for Men or whatever, right? They've got that beard stuff and the hair stuff.
Correct.
I have a box of the beard stuff in my cabinet because I'd grown a goatee many times. I'd never done the full beard, and I always get this gray stuff here. And I thought about doing the Just for Men, and I was just like, you know what? Forget it, because it's probably going to look like shoe polish, and then I'll look like one of those guys who's obviously 50 plus, who's trying to look like he's 39. And I don't want to be that. Those guys are douchebags. I can't do that.
No, you don't like the salt and pepper?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'd rather have salt on the beard. You know, I just like that. Right. Brett Brown's beard is awesome. Like you see Zumoff's beard. You see his now. He's got a sort of a lighter brown, reddish thing going with the white.
Right.
You see Zumoff right now?
No, I don't like that.
He's doing his post-game hit from the arena on the post-game show.
Yeah. I don't like that. Do you like that look?
I'm just saying. I'm seeing this on somebody else with the sort of the salt pepper type of deal. It doesn't look so bad.
I think if you got a sponsorship.
No, see, it's all about sponsorships. Everything's about a sponsorship. Megan just weighed in again. She says, Allen Houston belongs in the Mustache Hall of Fame for the thing that he's rocking. Now, Allen Houston is the former Tennessee Volunteer great and New York Knick, right? Who is from Louisville, and the game is being played in Louisville. He scorned the Louisville Cardinal fan base when he left Louisville to go to Tennessee, caused an uproar. And I guess I haven't seen a picture of him. He's at the game tonight, obviously. But evidently, he's got a great mustache. I'd like to see that because I'd like to try the mustache too. You know.
Well, I don't know about you and that mustache.
I think I could get a big time baseball, old school, like 70s, 80s.
The handlebar thing. That thing is rough,
dude.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a fan of that hand, dude. I can't work with you. You got a handlebar thing going.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm anti.
We'd have to do separate studios.
Right. It'd be like this. It'd be like FanCred. You'd be in a completely different room.
FanCred should carry our show, actually.
Well, we're talking about that. All right.
Yeah,
it's not. Listen, it's not on FanCred. It's on 97.3. If I can be frank, not Ruben Frank.
Jeez. Yes, it's 97.3. But we could also maybe stream it on FanCred.
Well, that's the idea. Yeah, we want to have FanCred involved with what we're doing on 97.3. We just need 97.3 to kind of catch up. That's all.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
I mean, there's Gene Katie. Look at him, man.
I'm out on Gene Katie and that hair, bro. I can't do it.
He doesn't have any hair anymore. The poor guy's old.
Well, he should be at home then, or with a wig.
What are you saying? He should be in a home?
No, at home, not at a home.
All right, Tennessee's up 2.5 seconds remain.
Yep, this is it. This is it for Purdue right here.
Yeah.
What do you think? Inbound play.
I tell you what, Purdue can, obviously they're great at three points.
That was a foul on a three-pointer. He got him up in the air.
What are you talking about? No, there's an inbounds play. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, he did foul him. How are you ahead of me on that? I'm caught up. Wow. So this little punk is going to get to go to the line with 1.7 left.
Right.
And give them a chance for the lead with 3. He's like a 90% free throw shooter, too, this Carson Edwards kid.
Right.
You can't foul him.
No.
How do you foul that guy?
I
he
don't
missed
understand.
it. He missed it. Yes. So he can't win the game here. He was almost out of bounds. The heels of his shoes were not on the line, but it was so close.
No, it's a dead ball rebound. What are you talking about?
I don't know
Right?
what game. What game are you watching?
Tennessee. I'm watching. It's a commercial right now. What do you mean?
It's 82-81 Tennessee.
Yeah. And they called the timeout. He's got one more free throw.
He's shooting his third free throw right now, and
He
made it. 82 all. So how are you ahead of me?
Because I'm on TV and you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm ahead of you. I'll tell you why. You're on some sort of cable service, right?
Yeah, Xfinity.
Got it. I have all these apps. I don't have cable. I have apps. But my TV comes from the digital wrap. So I'm getting TV right from the feed. I'm getting the old school Rabbit Ears feed. So I'm pulling on the direct KYW CBS feed on my TV. That's why there's very little delay. Where you have the delay of your cable provider as well. So that's why you cut cable.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm not cutting cable.
No?
I pay $300 a month in cable. I couldn't care less.
I'm out on you.
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Everything you've done.
So now they inbounded the ball. They got it to the half court and called a timeout. They're going to have to put some tenths of a second back on the clock here. I don't know if they're going to have a good chance for a catch and shoot. Like .1, you don't really know what that really is. Tough. That is really tough.
Was a foul?
I don't.
I mean, the kid got up. He had no business getting up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like going to overtime now because they had the momentum and I think they kind of lost it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's 0.6 left, 0.5, 0.6 really.
No, it's 0.1. It's 0.1.
No.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 0.1.
Yeah, I know, but they're going back to change it. They just did a review of the play, and when they called timeout, there was like 0.5 left.
Got it.
Are they not going to put the time back on the clock?
At the moment, it doesn't look it. At the moment, it's 0.1, which only means it could be a tip-in at this point.
Yeah, I know. That now you got to like run an alley-oop or something.
Yeah, exactly. Which they look like they're running a backdoor, but
wow,
absurd.
This is absurd.
No, technically you can't catch and shoot, Jeff.
No.
That's why they had that little whip thing that they tried to pull, but that was awful. All right, so here's where we're at right now. Sixers get a very important win. We are back a week from tonight, 9:45 start. Okay, so it's an extra hour, a little bit later, that will start that game. Sixers Bucks. It'll be Harry and myself. Sixers fourth quarter live. I'm sure we'll have some other things going on as well. We didn't even get to Bryce Harper today because of the tournament that took over. So constant action in Philadelphia. Jordan Howard is here. Just
Bryce Harper. How about Reese Hoskins today?
Grand slam.
Yeah. After they walked Harper with two men on to load the bases to get to Reese. That was a huge moment because what that's going to end up doing, if that continues, Harper's going to get pitches.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit, but that will happen. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree 100%. So we're back next Thursday. Make sure you keep interacting and posting and put up all your videos on FanCred. We appreciate everybody at FanCred for another edition of Sixers Fourth Quarter Live. That's Harry Mays at Harry Mays TU. I'm Eitan Shander at Shander Show. Both on Twitter. Our Derailed is up, iTunes. Our new show, April 1st. That's this Monday. Make sure you download the app, 973ESPN.com/app. It's so easy. You can hear it. I think that's everything, man, right?
I think you hit it all, man.
All right. Awesome. Thanks to everybody out there. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week. See ya.